when I was a kid, I used to write loans out to people, like all my like family members, sisters and brothers. I always had like a little bankroll, and I was like, "You gonna borrow some money? I'm gonna charge you
Oh, you was
interest."
giving personal
I was
loans
giving personal loans
to
to
the
my
family.
siblings and,
Okay.
and cousins or whoever. I was charging them interest, so I knew I could make money from money, make money from money, make money from money.
Sitting here with my man, Xavier. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, brother?
It's been a long time, man.
Yeah, man, it's been a long time. How many years? How long has it been since?
I would say at least 10.
10.
10 at least.
Yeah.
Okay, you was how did we meet though?
I don't know. I think we probably met at the bank. I think at the
I had opened up an account.
Yeah,
You was the manager.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
And we just started clicking. I mean,
yeah, I seen it. You know, I seen you come in. You was opening your business. I think you had a carpet business and something else going on, some enterprise or something happening. And I seen that you was, you know, on a hustle. You was trying to get what you needed to get done. So I knew what I was able to control that. So I was able to, you know, help be that bridge for you, so you can get your business and stuff going.
Yeah, that helped me get that account going.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm sitting in the back chilling with you.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were, and I it was so good. I mean, it was so sweet the way I had it. I would come into the bank, they wouldn't even ask me for ID. I do all my transactions. Everybody knew who I was.
Yeah.
It was, man, you.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what's
I
up.
had it going on. I had a little, you know, my presidency.
Had it going on. Still got it going on.
20-year presidency. You know, in the bank.
Oh, you was with them 20 years?
20 years, yeah, 20 years.
So what made you get into banking though?
That was, well, you know what? What made me get into banking? When I was a kid, I used to write loans out to people, like all my like family members, sisters and brothers. I always had like a little bankroll, and I was like, "You gonna borrow some money? I'm gonna charge you."
Oh, you was giving personal loans.
I was giving personal loans to my siblings and cousins or whoever. I was charging them interest, so I knew I could make money from money.
How old was you when you was doing that?
I was about 9.
9 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
He go this $5. He give me $6 back now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you got to pay me back on payday, because I'm looking for you on payday.
Right.
You know, I'm looking for you.
So from a shorty, just the mentality was already there.
Oh yeah.
And then as you got older, what made you say going to banking as opposed to being a loan officer or something like that?
Actually, I was a loan officer for a little bit. I was in banking as a teller, and then after I was a teller for about 9 months, I gave them 9 months, and I wanted to be a loan officer. So I was like, I want to learn how to do loans, and they make more money than I'm gonna make as a teller. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go, and so I interned at a mortgage company, and then when I did that intern, it turned around and turned into a job, and it was commission only. So I just had to sell mortgages. So I was on the phone.
Eat what you kill.
Make it happen, huh?
Eat what you kill.
Yeah, yeah. But I ain't closed none of that money. I ain't make no money. So it is what it is. So I kept that going for about 2 years.
Yeah, kind of like a real estate agent.
Oh yeah.
You don't close no deals, you don't get no money.
Oh yeah. Well, it helped me get my first house.
So, but with that particular bank, so you been with the same bank the whole 20 years, or?
I started out at I was at TCF Bank for 9 months, and then when I was promoted to a teller supervisor, I left to be the teller supervisor, and I was a loan officer. After loan officer, I was working at Foot Locker, man. Shout out to Foot Locker. I did years at Foot Locker where I was the stripes. I did the stripes. I did the stripes. I was the ref. I controlled the Jordans on the west side, Madison Pulaski. Stop playing. I was over there downtown. I ran all the big Foot Lockers. I ran Ford City, 95th, and Evergreen. When Evergreen was popping, all that. So I was at Foot Locker. So they ain't got nothing to do with the banking. So I was.
How long did you stay at Foot Locker?
I worked there twice. I worked there when I was a shorty from 15 to like 19, and then I went to the military. And then I worked back there again.
The Army?
When I went to the Navy.
The Navy,
yeah,
okay.
I was in the Navy. Yeah, so I went to the Navy.
I didn't know that.
You know what I'm saying? I served.
Thanks for your service.
Hey, appreciate it.
All right.
So, I did that. And I spent some time after I left the Navy, working in the bank. That's when I decided I was going to go back, just leaving Foot Locker, coming back from the Navy, looking for my next opportunity. And what happened was they offered me my own Foot Locker versus me being offered my own bank branch. So I was being offered to manage a bank at that time. So and manage a Foot Locker at the same time.
Oh, you was offered both positions at the
Yes.
same time.
Yeah.
So you was working at Foot Locker and the bank.
No, I was working at Foot Locker and left Foot Locker to work for the bank.
And the bank, when you entered into the bank, they offered you a manager position.
Yeah,
off top?
at the top. At the top. I said not to reach for the in the middle or low hanging fruits. I was gonna reach for what I wanted because if I wasn't satisfied, I wasn't gonna stay.
Yeah.
So that's what I
Wow.
was thinking. Like,
So you chose the bank, obviously.
yeah, I chose the bank. Yeah, obviously it was more money.
Foot Locker had to take the L.
Yeah, they took the L. Everybody was salty. I was the number one sales producer in Chicago, killing it for I don't know how long. But yeah.
So you stayed at the bank. You started off as a teller, and then you transitioned. Did you have to have like an educational background, certain type of educational background to get into the bank?
Funny thing, nah. I did everything that I was able to accomplish without any college at all. So it was basically experience based.
Mm-hmm.
All of my experience. I had a lot of experience. I was always interacting with people in customer service and things like that.
So did you have a hookup, or you just walked into the bank and filled out the app?
I applied. I knew somebody that worked there, and I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna apply. So it wasn't a direct hookup, but it was just like you got a chance to get in the door.
Point me in the right direction.
Yeah, based upon how you do.
I got
Right.
my own engine.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so you at the bank, you doing your thing, you're a teller.
Yeah.
What? Wait.
No, I'm a manager.
You came in at manager
I'm a manager.
position.
Yeah, so I came into a de novo branch. De novo branch is a brand new office that's $0 in balance.
Mm-hmm.
So I came in, took the de novo branch. That was my first opportunity up north. I was in Rogers Park, and I grew that branch from 0 to 2.5 million in a year or a year and some change.
So it was a new branch.
Yeah.
When you got into it,
Yes.
was it a new branch or a new bank? Period?
It was a branch of the bank. The bank was established. It was a brand. It was a Charter One bank.
Okay.
But it was a brand new location. I mean, we were zero at deposits. We didn't have any money in the bank. So far as our customer base and none of that. So I grew the accounts, I grew the balance sheets, and then I grew, obviously the loan and residuals from that, the NII. We made money. And then after we made money, I left.
So what brought you to the south side?
I wanted to be close to the house.
I
got promoted. I was, I got offered a bigger office that had more money in deposits. I went from 2.5 million to 60 million.
That's a big jump.
Yeah.
That's a big jump.
Yeah.
Was that a jump in pay also? Or?
Yeah, it was jump in pay. It was a jump in pay. And nothing now, back then it was a little something. I was proud of it back then a little bit.
Commission based or
salary? No. Salary and bonus.
Salary and bonus.
Yeah, salary and bonus. And that used to be nice. I used to enjoy that. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You said nothing compared to now?
Yeah, now I'm sure they don't get much in bonus no more. They cut all that out.
Yeah.
Could make $20,000 every 3 months in bonuses if you sold them enough product, but that got cut out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you doing your 20 years. You did 20 years at the real estate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm thinking to myself, you did 20 years at the bank.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So at what point did you start seeing your exit plan? Because you retired now, right?
I'm retired.
You don't work at the bank no more.
No.
You kind of like on cruise control right now. You working your investments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you start seeing your exit plan? Like start formulating, like I know in about the next 5 years, this is where I'm gonna start wrapping it up.
I didn't really see it. I guess I was building up for what I anticipated my future to be. So what I meant by that is picking up residual properties and deciding to say, hey, I'm gonna fix this old house up and try to rent it out. Or I'm gonna buy this 2-unit and try to fix it and rent it out. I'm gonna try to, get another property and fix my existing property and whatever I can get my hands on. I was just doing that, living in tough neighborhood, Inglewood. You know, in Chicago, we know in Inglewood, in
Yeah.
Chicago, that's not a
Yeah,
safe
Inglewood.
neighborhood at
Yeah.
all. So I stayed in the heart of Inglewood and right off Ashland. So everybody know what Ashland is. So staying in that area, you know, it was a lot. Head on the swivel, somebody shooting every night, something going on every day. Somebody,
Something happening. Yeah.
somebody getting
Police
robbed,
cars,
police cars,
ambulance. Yeah.
ambulance, activity, loud,
Gang
loud
banging.
people, whatever, gay bangers, people retaliating, everything. I just seen everything, every story, I could like shoot an episode of Power like off my block's activity, like so much stuff. So yeah, but that's how I was in Inglewood.
So in the meantime, you working at the bank,
Mm-hmm.
but in the meantime, you start investing in property,
Mm-hmm.
got married,
Mm-hmm.
got a family going.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got your hands in all kind of stuff at this point.
Just having everything, you know, that's going on now, like to take things back to when, you know, we was going through. I told you we were in Inglewood, we was dealing with it, and then like all of the violence, and now the perspective has changed a little bit because we're not a part of any of that anymore. It's no violence where we are.
Yeah, look at yeah. I'm gonna show y'all some footage of the crib later.
Yeah.
But we're in a pool area right now.
Yeah. We just sitting in the
This the
pool,
pool
little
room.
hot tub
The
area.
living room, the kitchen, right there, over there.
Yeah,
So,
this your hangout
the
room.
garage over there, and
Yeah,
the pond is over there.
yeah. We're in
The patio.
the east wing of the house. So
Oh, that's what this is, the east
we're
wing.
in the east wing.
Okay, we're in the east wing,
Yeah,
y'all.
it's
The
like
pool.
it's like the pool house.
That's what's up.
So yeah, that's where we at. But
The
yeah,
jacuzzi.
yeah. I enjoy that as a jacuzzi. There's 7 people get in there, so you know we're having a party soon, so it'll be nice. It'll be nice.
7 people jacuzzi. Y'all having a pool party?
Yeah, when we have a party, we open up the whole house. So we have pool activities, stuff going on downstairs, outside,
Oh, that's
all
what's
around,
up.
you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, we try to bring it all together when holidays.
So I know the road was hard.
Mhm.
The road was, you had to remain focused to get where you at now.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give
Mhm.
some of these young brothers out here?
Man, I would say just be relentless in your pursuit. You might miss a couple times to hang out with your guys, or time to just not be doing nothing or chilling or playing a game or whatever you like to do with your spare time. I felt like with my spare time, I was going to use that to push myself forward or make something that I got better. Or just, what I like to say is just appreciate what I got the chance to put my hands on. Because that mean a million things to me. Because if I just had a car and if I had opportunities to watch it and make sure I showed that appreciation, I'm sure it'll look good enough for somebody else to want it, which means I can get another car.
Yeah.
So-
So if you could hit the reset button
Mm-hmm.
and start all over from, say, 17
Uh-huh.
to 21, what would you do different?
Not a goddamn thing.
That's what's up.
I wouldn't do nothing different. Because, I mean, I was working with my circumstance. So I wasn't working with nobody else's circumstance. It was mine. So,
Right.
I mean, I did a lot of things that probably could not have been accomplished without further education or more something else or some lucky break or something. It was all you just, staying consistent.
So what's the next big venture? I know you was telling me about the resort that you haven't built. You
Yeah.
haven't built out in
The project in Sun River Terrace.
okay. How
Yeah.
long before that opened up?
I don't know. I'm giving that, probably about, 3 months to maybe the summertime, probably the summer opening, do a soft opening in the spring and then full opening in the summer. I'm thinking that.
You saying it's gonna be open? You plan on an opening this summer?
Yeah. Yes.
So what it's gonna look like? I mean, you're gonna have. I know the golf course is down the
Yeah,
street.
the golf course is down the street, and you have a 1-bedroom deluxe suite on the left and right. So it's a total of 4 cabin suites. 2 suites in the inside of the 4 are both 2 bedrooms. So they'll be able to hang out in those. And 2 bedrooms if you have a larger family. The ones on the outside are more designed for the luxury suite, like the couple or 2 couples want to come and just have the large windows to see the forest and just being able to chill on the porches or the clubhouse with the rooftop treetop deck or the swings that you'll come and enjoy. So it's a lot. It's a whole pathway. It's a vibe. So I'm creating a vibe with my own ideas, just watching that coming together.
Can people bring their campers too, like campers and RVs?
Yeah, I can have a designated area for a camper or accommodate one if somebody wants to bring it. But we really are gearing our experiences towards people that have small cars that don't get this experience, that can't come out and enjoy the forest or can't come out and enjoy a kayaking trip with their family or a nice fishing trip or a golf trip or just being away from everything and having some peace and quiet, with the Wi-Fi, of course, but just having an experience that they hadn't had, and having a good time for the holidays or anniversaries, anything that you consider to be a good time for you and your
Cool.
significant other.
That was my next question. Was you gonna have Wi-Fi?
Oh, absolutely. You're going to have
Yeah.
everything. You're going to have large 55-inch TVs. It's going to be smart. From inside of your cabin, you'll be able to talk to Alexa and tell her to cut the lights on outside, put the swing on outside, or whatever that you're trying to do, just to give you more light at night if you want to have some nighttime festivity.
So are you gonna have it like adults only here, adults and kids, or
No,
just gonna
it's
be
going to be public. It's just going to be
okay?
like your Hilton. Anyone can check in.
Okay, that's what's up.
We don't discourage, but you'll come to realize that, hey, this is a good place to bring someone that we can have a nice connection with, get away from everything.
Yeah, I get away.
Yeah.
People be able to set their barbecue grills up too.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be there on premises, and they can also have campfire there on premise as well. And it's a pond stocked with fish as well. They can fish if they want to come. It's deer there, no hunting, but
No hunting.
no hunting.
Don't mess with
Yeah,
the
don't
deer.
mess
huh?
with the deer. We like the deer. No, it's so many there that they have a run behind the cabins, so you'll be able to see the deers run across out your back window, out your side window. And you can observe them. That's part of nature.
Nice.
Also it's a marsh in your backdrop, and then it's a pond that you can walk to and walk around with your, with your family. Come on back, or go to the side, go play basketball at the course that's nearby. So it's a couple options that you have if you want a jet ski or ATV. So, whatever you decide you want to do.
So the family life, how long you been? How did you and your wife meet, and how did all that?
I met her through a cousin of mine named LaDonna. She was introduced to me by a cousin of hers named LaDonna.
You met her through your cousin LaDonna,
Mm-hmm.
that was introduced to her through LaDonna.
Her cousin LaDonna.
Her cousin LaDonna.
Yeah.
Was it a party or was y'all just?
It was just, we was like kind of around the same age, and
How old were
no, we were like 16.
You were 16 when you met your wife?
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you now?
I'm 45.
45. Okay.
Yeah.
45 and retired, y'all. Okay. So you met your current wife at 16
Yeah.
through the cousin LaDonna who met her
Her
through
cousin,
LaDonna.
her cousin LaDonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I met through them. We tried to hang out. She didn't want to hang out with me like that, but I took her to the show though. I took her. We went out to see Booty Call with Tommy Davidson.
Tommy Davidson. Okay.
Yeah, and Jamie Foxx, I think, was in that. That's when Jamie Foxx was first trying to get popular. He was
Okay.
in that movie.
So y'all went to the movies. Y'all saw Booty Call, and,
Yeah.
and y'all just.
Yeah, we just kind of met at that time. Then we later got the chance to meet again after I got out the military. So when I got out the military, we kind of like re-met and started talking from there. Yeah.
The rest is history. And
The rest is,
y'all got four kids.
No,
Yeah.
4 boys. Yeah,
Four
and I had
boys.
my daughter before. I got with my wife. I had her when I left from the military. But yeah, then we had 4 boys, all back to back.
So y'all 4 boys.
Yeah.
No daughters. Oh.
No,
wow.
I had 1 daughter. It was my oldest.
Oh, from
Yeah.
previous.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And y'all been married like 20 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's a mom.
Yeah. So y'all pretty much got it understood with each other where,
Yeah. I mean, every day is a day I understand something new. So you know how that goes.
What advice would you give to other young new married couples?
New married couples?
Yeah. That want
to last this
Yeah.
long? Be open to the other person's ideas and concepts. Don't make nobody feel small. Be open. Be open to that. Because you want that same energy when it's you thinking of something. One thing that I hate, like if I come to you like, hey, I got something I want to do. Like, what you think about this? And then it's like, and you ain't got no energy for me. You're like, oh no, it's or nothing.
Yeah.
That mean a lot,
Consider the other person.
Consider the other person.
Okay. It's not
Always.
just you in it. Okay.
Yeah. Nobody too big, Ain't nobody too big.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I've heard people say don't go to bed angry and stuff like that, or
Yeah, I mean, we've heard that, but some days that
it
ain't true.
happens.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, everybody gonna have a whole cycle. It's a whole cycle of events. Some nights you can't be in the room or whatever. Like it's a whole lot. So everybody need to know that it's a lot to go through. And if they really love that person, they really want to be with them, stick it out.
But y'all
That's
stay
real.
focused on the end goal. Like
Yeah.
we in this. This
Yeah,
is
it's
what it
family.
is.
It's family. It's
Yeah.
family. So what I learned is from Jay-Z the other day, and what he learned from Goodfellas, you got to take care of your family if you ever want to be wealthy.
Yeah.
So if you missed that, you missed that. If you got that, you understand.
You know that remind me when Michelle Obama was speaking, and she said at one point she couldn't stand her husband for years,
Yeah.
but they stayed the course,
Mm-hmm.
and here they are now.
Yeah.
He turned out to be the president.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they,
Yeah. You gotta stay focused.
yeah, you
gotta
stay focused and stay on the course. Stay with what you know. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
I see you.
Definitely.
So yeah, well, I already asked you if you had to do it again, would you change something? You
Nah,
said
I
no.
wouldn't change nothing because I don't know which path was gonna lead me in which direction. I felt like I chose the path that
That led you right here.
that led me to where I was trying to be. I was a kid saying I want to have a house with a swimming pool, and I was like 5 years old, and like I really did that. It's like that's what if you can see it, you can obtain it. So think about manifesting things because that's important.
You got brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got an older brother, and an older sister, and a younger brother.
And the young, so you got,
On the mama's side, and I got older brothers on the father's side, and the younger sister over there.
so you was that
yeah.
middle child.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I was I wasn't no problems though. I wasn't having no crises. I was trying to figure it out.
okay, you was the cool middle child.
Yeah, man, I was trying to figure it out, man. Like do what I could do.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's up.
Yeah, man. What does it look like for the next goal? Because you already got the resort going.
Mm-hmm.
What does it look like as far as, are you looking to do another resort or pivot off there into something else, or you
I
just
just want to sit back and watch and learn from the first one.
see where that go?
And I just want to watch and learn. I mean, I know what opportunity it has, but I just want to watch and learn from it. And from there, I'll make a decision to grow that or decide to say, hey, maybe I like this type of business in hospitality, and maybe I might lean towards, partnering for a hotel or something like that. So I'm just want to learn stuff.
Okay.
Like, for real. Like, the more stuff you can learn, the more successful you can become. And that's where I'm at right now.
How you do all this stuff and stay stress free?
It's not a such thing as stress free. I ain't never said I was stress free. Stress comes with it. You can't handle the stress, get out the kitchen, boy.
Stress come with it.
Stress comes with it. Stress comes with it.
Well, how do you handle the stress?
How do I handle it? I just look at it and try to figure it out because that's my best opportunity.
You swim? Well, you got a pool.
Well,
so
yeah, I swim a little bit, but what I do is concentrate on things that I want to accomplish. That take away my stress. Like if it's something that I need to accomplish, if I can put the energy into that, then that's where my attention is.
Right.
You ain't got time to be stressed if you got something to do. For those that are depressed, I deal with that. I deal with PTSD, so I understand that. So yeah.
What about traveling?
Traveling, that's one of my favorite things to do is travel, get out the country, experience something new, the cuisine, try to see what I can see that I hadn't seen before. Just the creativity of different ethnicities and around the world. I love it.
Well, you military, so you did some traveling.
Yeah.
Is it different type of traveling now that you're not in the military, or?
Yeah, it's more difficult to travel. I was traveling for free in the military, so we rolling. We in Japan, and we over here, we in Hawaii, we everywhere on their travel plan, So that's the difference. Your planning and your monies to get to where you got to get to, and just being strategic about your planning.
But you get the military discounts, though.
I take advantage of military discounts all the time. So yeah, I got my military vet card. I need to pull it out. I'll do.
Yeah, something.
So whatever
right?
it's gonna be.
Yeah. How long was you in the military? Did I ask you that? I don't think.
No, I was in there for a couple of years. Yeah, I was in there from '97 to 2000. Yeah.
You did first.
Yeah, I wasn't re-enlisting and nothing like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then did your thing. So the Navy, Yeah. What made you go in the military?
I was having a daughter. I was just my first child. I was on my way having her, and she was actually her mom was pregnant with her when I was in boot camp. I was trying to establish something for her because I was thinking like, hey, I can get something for my daughter, and just make sure she, will be okay. Because I know I make a decent amount. I was working at Foot Locker. I I know I was making a decent amount. Here I was enough to, at least pay for rent or whatever I need to pay for. I was good, but I wanted something more stable, so that's why I went.
Okay. For your daughter, you wanted to
Yeah, I
make sure
wanted
she
the
had a
benefit
future.
for her and her, her future and stuff like that. That was important.
That's cool.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good. She got a master's.
Oh,
So yeah,
yeah.
she just graduated, got a master's, worked for the
She
government.
got her master's.
Yeah. She
Oh,
went back to school and she continued it all the way through. So the military actually helped with her going back to school.
so
on the
how old
side.
is she?
Right now she's 24.
Man.
So yeah, so she's doing her thing down in Atlanta. She live in Atlanta now. And yeah, so maybe that was a good idea. I was thinking like, hey, let's go to the military.
Georgia.
For my daughter, and she ended up really popular from that. So that went well.
This is a beautiful home, by the way.
Thank you.
Is this the retirement home? Or
Yeah, this is where you go sit
this is
down.
it?
So
I
this
mean,
where you
you
live
gon'
on the first floor and
you gonna
start.
ride the sunset in this one?
Yeah. Sunsets every evening from 4 to 7. So I just look outside of this door over here. Sun setting right there in my backyard over the lake. So yeah.
So I mean, like once all the kids is gone, they got their careers and they
Yeah.
got their families,
Yeah.
and you and the wife is left
Yeah.
in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Y'all, this is gonna be
Yeah,
it right here.
this the America. We got a few people walking around cleaning up. That's what it's gonna be. So what?
Okay.
I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna keep remodeling. This room gonna be remodeled in a week. So this is the before or that. But yeah, I just gonna keep my eye on that. Keep
Okay.
everything on top.
So what would you like to see? Would you like to see your sons like following your footsteps and take over?
Yeah,
Where
a couple of them show interest in what it is that I try teaching them about real estate and taking advantage of opportunities and having your credit and things together. They all had their credit. They all got 700 credit scores plus. They all kind of got some information from me, and I gave them a little information to keep them going. So as long as they seize the opportunities, just see me do what I've done, so they could try to follow that.
Yeah, two of your sons, twins, though, right?
Yeah. hmm
I know it's always one that show a little bit more promise.
hmm
Like, okay, this might be the one I can,
Yeah, you can groom a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
that I can groom.
Yeah.
Because I know I got one like that.
Right.
That one
Yeah.
that that he comes around a little bit more. He
hmm
soaks up a little bit more.
Oh yeah. I got one. Like one of my sons in the business in the resort. He's cleared the entire land. I put him on an excavator that's about the retail value of the excavator is about $300,000.
Right.
But I let him get in there. Like, go ahead in there, check it out. See
That's
see if
what's
you
up.
like it. See if it's something you want to do. So he cleared all the land. He helped me dig the pond that we have out there. So I trusted him to do it. He's worked several heavy equipment machines. He went to school, got his heavy equipment certification.
Oh, that's what's up.
So now he can work all the machines he wants.
So when you first started with your resort project,
Mhm.
did you have to jump through a lot of hurdles as far as permits and licenses and
Yeah, permits are important. You just gotta deal with your townships. Talk to them as much as you can. Communicate to them what you're doing, what are you about to do. That's most important. As long as you stay true to that part of it, you can come out successful on the other end.
zoning?
Yeah. Just pay attention to what you're doing and communicate. The most thing, the most powerful statement is to communicate what you're doing, so you don't interrupt, surprise, and start causing any issues. Like I've done that a couple times. I mean, like I had a couple homes coming down the road, and no one knew it was 4 homes coming down the road. So all of a sudden, all alarms is going on. What's going on? People that aren't alerted. So you just got to make sure you maintain
Keep everybody in the loop.
communication. Keep them in
The
the loop.
important people.
Yeah, keep them in the loop, and then keep your safety and all that stuff up. Make sure that's going. Safety is important.
So what was the biggest hurdle?
The biggest hurdle was always going to be, well, I don't say it's always going to be. The biggest hurdle for me was money. having enough money to do
Financial.
something like this. Yeah, like where I'm gonna get this money from to create what I'm thinking. But what sparked the idea to do anything was a tax bill.
Oh, okay.
So I had, was just not too long from the bank, and I got a tax bill at my old residence, and it was really high, and I was like, well, all my other tax bills aren't high. Why is the tax bill like enormous?
Right.
It's a problem. What's
This one's
going on
sticking
here?
out. Yeah.
So I went to talk to the county, like, hey, I own a block. Every property I own a block is this. Why is this X? Why is this so much money? Why is this like 70 times more than what this is?
Right.
So they were counting the old house or residence used to be on the property, and then that ended up being like a neighbor dispute because other neighbors say, well, I own that as part of the property was this, but the city and county said that you own the property. So that's still a pending issue, actually. So what I did is I built a fence around the concrete step or slab that was there that they were charging the taxes for. I had them adjust my taxes back down to the appropriate price. And I started to think that I was going to build my first home using that concrete slab or making that a, driveway or something. All that changed. So I started there and I started to move and clear land, and I realized that the highest part of my land was at the north end of it. So I went down to the north end, cleared the north end, and then that's where I started putting the cabin.
So this is the resort.
That's the resort.
So they was taxing you for land that you didn't even own, basically.
Correct.
Okay.
For a house that used to be there.
For a house that used to be
Yeah,
there.
because I wasn't gonna do anything with the property. The property was a marsh. It was all like flooded, like about 3 inches of water, the whole thing.
So you literally bought swampland and
Didn't know it.
transformed it.
Yeah. Turned swampland into a promised land.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, shout out to
Okay.
Rick Ross at the Promised Land.
There you go.
But yeah, it turned it into something. So yeah, it wasn't anything. My son and my other sons helped also. They did. Actually all of them played a part in doing something to help me and to put me in a position to make that happen. They did most of the labor.
I know when you showed me the picture of it, I seen a bunch of trees,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
swampland,
Yeah. Water.
coming up out the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And the average person probably wouldn't even seen that vision,
Yeah.
but you saw it.
Yeah.
You saw a fishing pond.
Yeah.
You saw-
Yeah. I got a video of me in 2021 with my family walking down the road and identifying, casing the joint, pretty much identifying what was gonna be what. So we walked down the road. I got a video of me telling my family, like, hey, this is where we're gonna cut the trees down. This is where we're going. It's the lowest area of the road and of the block. So we're gonna cut all this out and make a pond out of it and put a fence around it. Today it's a fence around it and it's a pond.
So you first saw this in 2021.
Yeah, I purchased the property back in.
You first laid eyes on it in 2021.
Yeah,
And now in 2023
it's a resort.
It's a
turned into
resort. That's
Yeah.
what's up, man.
Yeah, it's just a couple of summers. I mean, just being focused on that. I feel like I could have got more done and been more focused. But at the same time, I'm, dealing with what I got to do. It's still coming together as again, financing becomes a thing. Getting partners or getting people that want to invest in you, or nobody might not see what you see or see the vision that you have. And I have anybody come in on and say, hey, let me give you 50,000. Let me get you. I had all terms and conditions in my head of what I would give them if I had an investor. Didn't have an investor. Once it's all said and done, it's going to be worth a significant amount of money because of what's invested.
That's a good point you just brought up.
Yeah.
How did you said you had to personally finance that. How did you, the banking industry,
Yeah.
so you kind of knew how to structure your loan application to be able to get the financing for the project that you wanted to build.
Well, I didn't obtain much finance. Let's say that. I didn't obtain much. What I did was use what I had existing credit lines, credit cards. Funny story, credit cards. Didn't use credit cards until talking to you one day.
B?
Yeah, we was in the store and I was like, we was paying for something. It was something petty, something small.
Yeah.
And I was like, I only my debit card, I didn't have my debit card, something like that. I only got my credit cards with me, is what I said. And he was like, well, you can use a credit card to buy that. And I was like, well, I didn't use my credit cards for that. I used my credit cards if I had a purchase of something big and I would just pay it off and I wouldn't use it for daily stuff and things like that. Now I live completely like from credit cards. But that was funny, the story from you, because you didn't know that. When you said that to me, that sparked the way I thought about them.
like a domino
and
effect.
how I would use it. It gave me
Wow.
power to use it in a different way. Basically, everything that I've done, I've used credit cards and like a private, like a personal line of credit, and just kept on going piece by piece. And if I get some money, I can pay it off. I pay it back off. I use it again. Rinse and repeat. Same thing. So I didn't have nobody funding it. If you asking, I didn't have nobody coming
You got to
in.
pool your own resources.
You got to pull whatever resource you can to make it happen.
Wow, that's interesting how a person can say something so small and not even think about what they said and it affect the other person.
Yeah.
That's why we got to try to be mindful of how we interact with other people because you never know, the smallest thing can take them to the plateau or can make them crash. Like, wow.
Yeah, it can definitely alter the outcome.
Yeah.
Based upon that information.
Wow.
But that was. But I took that. But it was funny that you came up with that because like that's something you and I discussed. I was like, wow, I remember that you said that, and from now on, my perspective is like opened up, and I was like, well, I can use this and pay this back, and and use the bank and the barter system that way because it's really that's all it is. You're circulating your money.
Yeah.
And once you've circulated it,
and depending on what type of card it is, you're building up your points.
Yeah, you can get
frequent flyer
points,
miles or whatever.
Cell phone insurance.
Yeah,
I got on my car, so I don't pay the cell phone insurance. So anything that I could use, I try to use it as my opportunity for that.
To get some leverage.
Yeah, definitely. So that's how I was able to do a lot. So it's not like somebody gave me some big business loan that they made for people like me to build what I'm building. No, none of that.
You got to get out there and find it.
Yeah.
And you got it done.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you're going to play this by ear depending on how this turn out. It may be another resort.
Yeah, it may be.
That one may.
I like the carbon copy of which I'm creating. I like what I've created, the way I put things, how I place things. It's set up in an organized manner that can be duplicated based upon how I set it up. So I'm looking at that too, because I know I can just jump off into your next city and your next town and do the same thing. I seen a project similar in Atlanta they were doing. I thought it was cool, but I mean, I know I'm able to accomplish the same thing. So yeah, I don't know, it may be a new project coming. So it's always something new.
Okay.
Real estate is a family business, so that's don't always be the same thing.
So you will be willing to invest in like other states?
Yeah, absolutely.
What about other countries?
I'm open to that.
Open to that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm open to the travel thing, the luxury living thing. I want to, if I'm comfortable there, then everybody else should be, because I don't live in a place that's uncomfortable. So that's just how it is. I think.
So when is the resort going to be open for business?
I'm hoping this summer. Just getting as many things in a row as I can possibly can. And putting the ideas and touches, and it's not a quick thing for me. I'm not in a hurry to do anything. I'm just watching things happen the right way. If you want to say, instead of doing things twice or doing things wrong, I don't want to do nothing wrong. So I just want to sit there and watch it happen at the whatever pace that it starts to happen at. But so far as what's done so far, it's a lot done. So. Yeah.
And it was just land.
Yeah.
So it was no lights out there, no water.
No lights, no water.
You got to do, call ComEd?
Yeah, so I kind of called the company, the water company, local company, utility company, say, hey, here's Aqua. I was like, hey, how much is it to bring water to the cabins? And at this time, I was down there by the concrete stump thinking that was going to be the original plan. And they called me back after me calling them a couple times, and they said that they would, get down to letting me know an estimate of how much it would cost. And I was like, well, okay. Usually it's a free connection unless you would not within distance. They told me, they gave me an estimate of $180,000.
You wasn't in distance.
I wasn't in distance, so they wanted me to pay that much.
That's almost $200,000.
Yeah, so imagine $200,000 expense for somebody.
And then a monthly water bill after that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was, kind of thinking about like which way could I be helped at that point. So once I was able to figure that out, what I decided to do was dig a water well and bring water to the cabins off of the property.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So what did you tap into What well did you tap into to bring water to the cabin?
Well, it's I guess it's a running well. It was a running well of water running on the edge of the end of my property.
Oh yeah, it was a
Spoil.
marsh.
Huh?
It was a marsh.
It was marsh.
Yeah.
So yeah, so of course there'd be some water somewhere. So yeah, so it was we found a water tap and we were able to connect,
And just ran
and then we ran it to all of each cabin individually.
So is that a pump for each cabin?
No,
or-
it's one main.
One
and
main
take
pump.
care of all of it. Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's something you got to maintain though, like filters and
Yeah,
stuff
it's
like
it's
that.
yeah, it's got filters on it. It's got a expansion tank on it to keep the pressure up, and it's got individual hot water tankless heaters inside each of the units.
Oh, tankless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like instant hot water.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah, it's like instant. So
Right.
people will be able to fish out there.
Yeah, and it's a space saver, you know. But yeah, you can get some fishing going on, some kayaking nearby. They can walk and kayak. They can walk, and if you got a jet ski, you get some boat slip over there. They can slide down, and it's a river. The Kankakee River runs right on the side of it. Less than what I would say 300 feet away from the property.
Would
You gotta
people be able
park.
to do event like somebody wanted to do a
Yeah.
wedding or
Yeah,
something?
you want to do a wedding, you'll be able to take on the entire property at that point if you want to do a wedding, and you get all 4 cabins in the clubhouse and the pond and in the scene where you marry down at the pond. It's like nice little views out there. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
I see you.
yeah,
I see
yeah.
you. So your real estate, the properties that you had in the city, you still got them, or you
I started to liquidate them and put them into that property.
into the resort?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so that helped with some of the funding because obviously nobody's standing there trying to give you some money to help. Yeah, the
Right.
loans do turn into a monthly payment, and a monthly payment you have to pay and maintain that. So if you want to get into a loan, I see a lot of advertisements online for loans and things like that. But if you're not in a position to pay those things back, they're gonna catch up with you, and that might bring down something else you got going on that may your stability. So I think of all that when it comes down to
Okay.
getting some financing behind me.
Man. So anything else you want to add as far as advice to these young brothers out here, or
Yeah, if you're young and you got the drive and energy to try to make something happen, drive and go after that thing that you feel like you want to do. Don't be afraid to fail. I fail all the time. And don't be afraid to go broke. I go broke on a normal and regular basis. It's a mind frame. You're not poor, your money's circulating. You're never broke if you're circulating your money. That's my advice to you for real. And you know
and
that.
make every move count? Huh?
Yeah, try your hardest at anything, at several things. You can throw 8 things into the wall. Some of them gonna stick, or one of them stick. All you need is one jug, like Rick Ross said.
Yeah.
That's all you need is one.
How important was networking to you?
Networking is okay for people that want to be in a situation where they might need to meet someone. I don't think that's the new way of communication with social media and things like that now. I don't think I would go to any place to network. I would want to meet key individuals that can help drive.
That's what I mean right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to network and hope that you might have the right opportunity. If I meet you in a setting of a group of people. I think we're in the information age, so I want to get directly to the source.
This person know this.
Yeah.
Okay, he good for this.
Or they
This person
experiencing that.
good for that.
I'm
Yeah.
watching the experience, and I'm watching them go through that experience and making that happen, whatever they had to do, whatever they were thinking of. So I want to go to the source. I don't feel like networking might not be the best thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. A lot of relationships have been built that way. But in the world that we live in now, I think the networking has got to be social media. It's not obvious.
5 years old and loaning out the money
Yeah. Loaning the money out at 9, making the loans.
to the
and
military,
to the military.
to Foot Locker,
Yep. Loan
to the
officer.
bank.
Yep.
All these
Yeah.
stepping stones
Yeah.
is what brought you to where you at now.
Yeah.
I think you made a lot of accomplishments, man. I love to see it.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel good to even sit here with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate it. I
Man,
appreciate
it's
your
good
time.
good to see you. Absolutely, man. It's good to see you coming out. Appreciate you coming out to
Man, brother.
the castle.
That's what's up.
You made it out here, brother. So that's all good, man. I'm just want everybody to be good, And Max can help y'all, direct y'all, give y'all some insight. You want to catch up with me? You want to catch up with me at Hickory Path Suites, We're going to go ahead and make that official soon. I'm going to be doing some social media and some other advertisements soon about it. But it'll be a destination that's only 45 minutes from Chicago or neighboring suburbs, Indiana. They can come on over and have that experience without having to go to Wisconsin. So I'm trying to give you a piece or place to go without going so far. It's a new dispensary that they just opened. It's less than 2 miles from the cabins. Not saying that that's the vibe, but I'm saying that
It's
that's an
there.
opportunity.
Just putting it out
That's
there.
what's around.
Yeah.
That's what's around.
So when that resort open up, once it's official,
Yes.
I will be out there doing some footage
Oh yeah.
and
yeah.
and letting the people know this is where they can. This is a spot.
Yeah. Come
Where they
to
can come
our soft
unwind.
opening, and enjoy. We have drinks, food, and we'll just have everything that we want to share with everybody, and have the cabinets open. Get to go walk inside and see what experience is going to be happening inside. So
Yeah.
that's going to be the day that things get official
Okay.
when that happens. So I'm looking forward to that day.
All right. Well, thanks again, brother.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. Questions, comments, thumbs up, thumbs down. Either way, I wish you well.